We started off in a church gymnasium in April of 2005, and then in February we were in the Harris Theater, one of the finest venues in Chicago. You could describe the new Millennium Orchestra as a DIY orchestra, almost like a really big band. And that is unusual. I would say, though, that such legendary institutions like the Vienna Philharmonic and the Berlin Philharmonic are also operated and run by their players. So it's a tradition that has a lot of history. The initial aspects of the group that are continuous to this day are the culture of the group is very relaxed but professional. Another aspect that's continued is our work with electronic musicians, and that allowed us to perform Mason Bates's overture Mothership with a certain amount of familiarity with the genre and familiarity with the blending of the elements. We played a smaller orchestration, which Mason made custom for us, and it's about 13 minutes long. It involves a laptop and orchestra. I played the laptop part, which was very fun, and involved pressing a button at the right time many times in a row. We performed Kaya Sarayaho's Flute Concerto with Claire Chase performing. Sarayaho is one of the foremost composers in the European avant-garde, and she's worked a lot with Pierre Boulez and the Ensemble Intercontemporain. Her music is very ethereal. She's known as a spectralist composer, and the music works on the edges of audibility. So she's really interested in creating unfamiliar soundscapes. And I believe a lot of people were somewhat terrified by the work. It's very unsettling, and it's meant to be. Finally, we finished up with Brahms' Fourth Symphony, which is one of the great cathedrals of classical music. To be inside it and to be performing it is such a privilege. It really, to me, it speaks of Brahms' commitment to form and to classicism. Really, I feel like Brahms was nearing the end of his output, and he really wanted to make an emphatic case for form and for the ability to express all manner of emotion and thought through form. I received so many comments from the musicians saying that this was one of maybe the highlights of their career, playing-wise. Basically, being able to play Brahms' Fourth Symphony with 55 of your friends is a very exhilarating experience. Not only that, to have Claire Chase come and play the Sarajevo Flute Concerto, and then to perform Mason Bates's piece, which integrates electronics into the classical idiom. It gave all the musicians chance to express themselves in both traditional and in new music way, which is something that we're doing that hardly anyone else is.